I'm Aisha Carter, a licensed trichologist and natural hair specialist based out of Atlanta. I've spent over a decade in the chair and behind the microscope, and if there's one thing I've learned, it's that the way you wash your hair can make or break your length retention. You can spend a fortune on the gentlest shampoo on the shelf and still wonder why your ends keep thinning. The problem isn't the product, it's the method. Today we're getting into 11 shampoo habits that are quietly killing your fine hair growth, and I'm giving you the exact fixes so you can stop causing breakage and start seeing real progress. Fine natural hair has a unique problem. Because each strand is smaller in diameter, it builds up residue faster than thicker hair types. So what do most people do? They overcorrect. They reach for a harsh, stripping shampoo every single wash day, thinking they're being thorough. But that aggressive cleansing actually strips the hair of its natural oils and protective barrier. Once that barrier is gone, the cuticle lifts, the hair becomes rough, and tangles multiply. Then you're fighting knots during detangling, which leads directly to breakage. The fix is straightforward. For most of your washes, use a gentle, sulfate-free shampoo that cleans without stripping. Save the deep clarifying shampoo for when you actually have visible buildup, maybe once every 3 to 4 weeks, depending on your product use. If you wash weekly, that means 3 out of 4 washes should be with your mild shampoo. That alone will drastically reduce breakage over time. But here's the thing, even with the perfect shampoo, you can destroy your fine hair with one bad habit that happens in the first 2 minutes of your wash. I'm talking about how you physically handle your hair when it's wet. A lot of you are washing your hair in a bunched up ball on top of your head. You pile all your strands together, scrub in random circles, and hope for the best. For fine hair, that's a recipe for matting. Those thin strands wrap around each other in seconds, creating tangles that you'll have to rip apart later. Instead, wash in sections. Before you even step into the shower, twist or clip your hair into 4 to 6 manageable sections. Then, wash each section individually. Focus the shampoo on your scalp, and when you work it down the length, do it in a downward motion. Smooth the product from root to tip, not in a chaotic scrubbing pattern. This prevents tangles before they start and reduces the amount of manipulation your hair has to endure. Next up is a mistake that surprises a lot of people. You're not washing your hair for long enough. I know we're all busy, but many of you are letting the suds run over your head for 30 seconds, rinsing and calling it done. That's not enough time to actually remove the buildup, especially if you use heavy butters, gels, or leave-in conditioners. Fine hair needs thorough cleansing at the scalp level. Spend at least 2 to 3 minutes just massaging your scalp with your fingertips. Work in small, deliberate sections. Make sure every inch of your scalp gets attention. Then, when you rinse, let the water run through your hair for a full minute. You want the water to run clear, not cloudy. If you're not spending enough time, residue stays behind, and that residue coats your strands, making them look dull and feel dry. Then you add more product to fix the dryness, and the cycle continues. So slow down. Your wash day should take at least 20 minutes, not 5. Now that we've covered washing time, let's talk about technique. Random circular scrubbing is enemy number 1 for fine natural hair. When you scrub your hair in circles on your scalp, you're not effectively lifting dirt, and you're creating friction that roughens the cuticle. On the length of your hair, circular motions cause strands to twist around each other, forming knots that you'll have to break or cut later. Instead, use the pads of your fingers, not your nails. On your scalp, wash in a back and forth motion. Think of it like you're gently pressing and releasing, moving in straight lines across your scalp. On the length of your hair, always smooth downward. Stroke the shampoo down the hair shaft in the direction of the cuticle. This keeps the cuticle flat and minimizes tangling. Smoothing, not stirring, that's the mantra. Once you've washed properly and prevented tangles, the next mistake is detangling while your hair is soaking wet. I know this sounds counterintuitive because we're told to detangle wet hair for slip, but fine hair is at its most fragile when it's fully saturated with water. The hair fibre swells, and the bonds that give it strength are temporarily weakened. If you take a brush with rigid bristles, especially those with little plastic balls on the tips, You're catching swollen fibers and snapping them. Those tiny breaks don't show up immediately, but weeks later you'll see thin ends and frayed strands. If you must detangle in the shower, use a wide-toothed comb with flexible teeth and plenty of slip from a conditioner. Start from the ends and work your way up gently. Never yank. And please, throw away any brush with those ball-tipped bristles. They are the enemy of fine hair. Number 5 is a mistake I see all the time in my practice, leaving treatments on for too long. I understand the appeal more time equals more benefit, right? Not with fine hair. If you leave a moisturizing mask on overnight, your hair can become over-softened, the cuticle lifts, and the hair loses its structural integrity. It becomes mushy and prone to tangling. On the flip side, leaving a protein treatment on too long can make your hair stiff and brittle. It will snap instead of stretch. The fix is simple. Follow the instructions on the bottle. Consistent, shorter sessions are far more effective than occasional marathon treatments. Use a hydrating mask for the recommended time, rinse thoroughly, and if you want protein, use a separate protein treatment on a different wash day. Don't combine them. Your hair needs balance, not extremes. Speaking of combining, number 6 is mixing products together. I see people blending shampoos, mixing conditioners, or combining a mask with a protein treatment in the same bowl. Stop that. Every product is formulated with a specific pH, specific ingredient ratios, and specific delivery systems. When you mix them, you alter the chemistry. The surfactants in one shampoo might not play well with the conditioning agents in another. The result is uneven deposition, poor performance, and sometimes even precipitation of ingredients that then sit on your hair as residue. If you want both hydration and protein, use a hydrating mask first, rinse it out, then apply your protein deep conditioner. 2 separate steps, each given time to work properly. Don't shortcut the chemistry. Number 7 is a habit that wastes time and causes unnecessary breakage. Reparting your whole head from scratch every single wash day. You have a system that works for you, but you don't stick to it. You section your hair differently each time, which means you're handling every strand multiple times. For fine hair, handling is breakage risk. Every time you separate a section, you're pulling on strands, creating tension, and increasing the chance of snapping. Instead, establish a permanent sectioning system. Part your hair into 4, 6, or 8 sections, and keep those same parts every wash day. Use clips to hold them in place. This way, you're only handling each section once, and you're ensuring full coverage of shampoo, conditioner, and treatments. It's faster, more organized, and dramatically reduces breakage. Number 8 is a myth that needs to die. Lather is not proof of cleanliness. I don't care how much foam you see, lather is simply a visual indicator of how much dirt and oil were on your hair before you washed. It doesn't mean you've cleaned your hair evenly. In fact, lather can be misleading. You might see bubbles everywhere and think you're done, but there are entire sections of your scalp that haven't been touched. Fine hair, especially, can look clean at the root, while the mid-lengths and ends are still coated with product. Wash methodically. Wet your hair thoroughly. Work in small sections. Use your fingertips on the scalp, back and forth. Rinse until the water runs completely clear. Don't let foam replace technique. Your goal is a clean scalp with minimum friction, not a volcano of bubbles. Number 9 is washing the same way every single wash day. Fine hair needs conditional washing. What does that mean? It means you adapt your wash based on what your hair has been through. If you've been wearing heavy stylers all week, if you've been sweating, if you wore a wig or a protective style, your hair needs a different approach than a low manipulation week. Most weeks, do a gentle maintenance wash. Focus on your scalp, do a single cleanse, and follow with a lightweight conditioner. But every few weeks, when you feel buildup or when your hair feels coated, do a deeper cleanse. Use a clarifying shampoo, follow with a balancing shampoo, and then a moisturizing deep conditioner. One size does not fit all. Go with the flow of your life. If you exercised heavily, wash sooner. If you've been using heavy products, clarify. Your hair will thank you. Number 10 is an addiction that I had to break myself. The squeaky clean feeling. That squeak you hear when you run your fingers through wet hair after shampooing, that's not clean. That's overstripped. That squeak means the shampoo has removed every bit of oil from the hair shaft, including the protective lipid layer. Fine hair can look bouncy for 10 minutes after that, but within an hour, it becomes frizzy. It tangles. It starts to break during styling. If your shampoo leaves your hair rough before conditioning, you need to step down the strength. Use a more balanced shampoo. Save the strong cleanser for when you have actual buildup, and if you must use a strong shampoo, only wash once with it. Don't double wash with stripping products. Clean hair does not need to squeak. It needs to feel smooth and hydrated. And finally, number 11 is using one shampoo for every scenario. Fine hair typically needs at least 2 different shampoos in your rotation. A gentle maintenance shampoo for most wash days, and a stronger clarifying shampoo for when you have buildup. If you use heavy products or live in a humid climate, you might even need a third option, a chelating shampoo for mineral buildup from hard water. Using the same shampoo every time leads to one of 2 failures. Either you're overstripping your hair with a strong shampoo every week, which causes breakage, or you're under-cleansing with a gentle shampoo that can't handle heavy buildup, which leads to coating. Coated hair looks dull, feels dry, and tempts you to add more product. Then you detangle harder, which causes more breakage. It's a vicious cycle. Build a rotation. Know your hair's needs. Wash accordingly. If you're finding this helpful and want to take your health to the next level, I've put together something special for you. Check the pinned comment below this video for details. Now, let's tie this all together. Fine natural hair is not fragile in the way people think. It's resilient, but it requires precision. Every step of your wash day matters, from the shampoo you choose to the way you section, scrub, and rinse. Stop chasing lather. Stop leaving treatments on forever. Stop mixing products. Stop reparting your head every week. Build a system that works for your specific hair and stick to it. Your ends will thank you in 6 months. Before I go, remember, if you want to go deeper on this topic and get my complete protocol, check the first pinned comment below. I've left something there just for you. Disclaimer: the information in this video is for educational purposes only and does not replace professional medical advice. Always consult with a qualified healthcare provider for your individual hair and scalp concerns. Results may vary based on individual hair type, health, and adherence to protocols.